Today on TriCro Studios, we continue to test out my new home studio here with my Gibson Les Paul standard 1960s in the Bourbon Burst. What I've done here is I've got 3 amp heads up on my desk. We're playing some metal, and we got 3 different drop tunings. Alright, so very quickly, as always, signal chain is down in the description below. If you got any questions over it, don't feel silly or stupid or anything like that, go ahead and ask it. A lot of people think my signal chain is very complicated and very involved. It's not. I literally just list what I'm using. I wanted to do something very basic, very simple for myself. That some people tend to get into. So I'm starting things off in my new home studio with a couple of guitars, and I'm just playing some metal, and I'm just doing 3 sound samples, not like 5 or 6 or anything. So yeah, you can check out in the little chapters there which amp and which tuning I'm using. But basically I wanted to start out with drop C, then to go into drop B, and then go into drop A sharp. I'm using 10 to 46 strings. These are actually the strings that came with it. I haven't had a chance to really sit down and change things out, and I don't really feel the need to with this. They're pretty good strings so far. But the question that I usually get, other than the string gauge that I'm using, is when I'm going into the different drop tunings and such like that, like for drop A sharp, did it have any issues getting into drop A sharp? It didn't have any issues staying in tune from drop A sharp. I was very comfortable playing in it. Obviously, heavier gauge strings would give me a little more added comfort, but I'm used to 10 to 46, and I really like them. But what I do have to say is it struggled getting into drop A sharp, and what I mean by that is the tension. When using such gauge strings, the tension here in the bridge isn't always the greatest when you're tuning down and then tuning around and stuff. So it basically took me 3 tries to get it into tune, which is kind of normal because whenever I tune my guitar, I usually tune it twice. So I'm usually tuning it up to pitch, then tugging on the strings, and then tuning it once again to make sure that everything's good and it's seated in the nut and everything. It took me 3 tries. From there, it stayed in tune. I was rather comfortable, and I was able to do a solo on it. Nothing like fancy or crazy or anything like that, but that was more over time constraints. Let's go ahead and get into video. Alright, thanks so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully I was able to transfer a little bit of energy. I was feeling a little bit of it. The second sound sample, I was PO'd. I came home from work when I did that one, and it wasn't a great day at work. Anyway, I'm thinking that these are going to be the next two videos. So basically my Les Paul tribute and the Satin Iced Tea. And this one maybe or maybe not, I'm not quite sure. The Gibson SG Standard tribute. This is the walnut, the brown walnut, not the, sometimes it looks cherry. It all depends if my Rivera Knucklehead Tre Reverb 120 come in, or if my Laney Ironheart 120, I think it's called the Ironheart, I can't think right now, but the Ironheart 120, if that comes in, just an update on the Randall, they suck. I can't get one basically for the next year. Even though both of them were fully paid for, it was just, I guess they're having some issues. So, yeah. I might order an orange Rocker Verb 100 Mark II, or Mark III, sorry, the current gen. I'm not quite sure. But these are more than likely going to be your next two videos, so keep an eye out for them.